Hello, Pisces. Grand Rising. Happy day. Welcome and welcome back, you guys. I haven't done readings in a couple of days. It's been a lot going on, child. But not in a bad way. Leo season didn't come to play, though. And today, we're going to get into a reading. This reading was actually filmed today, so I didn't get a chance to early release it to members. But members, I'll be working on some content for you guys because we have to do the moon reading, whatever one it is. And I want to do a career reading for you guys. So anyway, Pisces, thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. We're going to see what situation you could be dealing with and who your ally is and basically who your biggest enemy is in the situation. Just, whatever you're going through, people be dealing with stuff, y'all. Sometimes we just need to figure out where we stand in situations. So we're going to try to figure that out today and also get advice on how you should handle the situation regardless of who your biggest ally or enemy is. All right. Also, I was hearing Michael Jackson, just beat it. Just beat it, beat it, beat it. Somebody might need to hit the road, Jack. Somebody might be named Jack. And don't you come back. Interesting. Somebody could be hitting the road and they may not come back. Not like, I'm not getting it in like somebody's life is expiring type of way. I'm getting it more so like you or someone else could be moving out of state and they may not come back to whatever state they're moving from. They may decide that wherever they go, wherever they hit the road to and end up, they're not going to come back. Okay. This could also be a situation where somebody had to get out of town, get out of Dodge. I've been picking that up too lately. Like somebody like driving a Dodge Charger, Challenger, or like a Dodge Ram or something like that. I don't know. But this could just be in general as well when it comes to situations in your life that you're kicking. Okay. You may be kicking some habits. You could be kicking someone out of your house. Okay. You could be kicking, I don't know, whatever you kicking. It's like you're getting rid of something or, you're getting out of something and you're not going to go back to it. So it's like whatever you're changing, whatever you're updating or upgrading in your life, it's not going to be something that you revisit. So if you kick a habit now, you're not going to start it back up. Or if you start a new habit, that's good. Like a positive new habit, it's going to be something that you incorporate in your life for the rest of your life. Okay. With the Michael Jackson song as well, I was also getting like, just do it, do it. I don't know. It's so weird. The echo. But let's see what's going on. Thank you guys so much for being here. Be sure to like and subscribe to continue to catch the vibe, you guys. That's a great way to support the channel for free. It really does help. I know it doesn't seem like it, but this platform, I have a few conspiracy theories about the platform that you're watching this video on. And I don't want to say the name specifically, but I really feel like they're trying to cycle all of the biologically human creators off the platform and replace us with, artificial, questionable intelligence, because it don't seem that intelligent to me. I don't know about y'all, but it doesn't seem that intelligent to me. However, every day they're getting better and better at trying to make artificial intelligence look real. So with that being said, the reason why I'm so adamant about you guys supporting the channel before I start the reading, because first of all, I talk just to like get warmed up. I love you guys, but I'm still human. Luckily, bitch, I'm still a fucking human and not a robot. Okay. But, this platform tends to do a lot of things that are socially acceptable at the time. Right. So when when tarot was socially acceptable on this platform, it was a few years ago. Like, it blew up when everybody was stressed out about, the vid and quarantine and stuff like that. And now, I feel like, I don't know, we're in a questionable time where it may not be as socially acceptable to do what it is that I do. So if you do love and respect what I do and you appreciate the way that I bring you guys the messages, all I ask is that you just like the video, because they're trying to replace all of us humans with AI. That's my conspiracy theory. I could be totally wrong, but it just seems like at the rate that I've been seeing creators whistleblow about their videos literally be taken verbatim by AI creators and then like pirated pretty much, and there's really nothing that they can do about it. It just seems like they want us to consume that type of content ultimately for us to have this platform, which was built by humans and, regular people, taken over by the people who have lost their power in gatekeeping. The media is losing its speed. The entertainment industry is losing its speed. They can no longer gatekeep us by the casting couch and things that old world Hollywood used to do. And they can no longer gatekeep us or program us through the news media outlets. So where do people go to get their information? They go to social media, and this platform has become a hub for regular people to get a foothold into spaces and places and brackets financially that the controlling forces can't control. Okay? It's just like, open your eyes. It's real. And you're like, oh, I don't know, I know those of you who get it. That's why I talk in the beginning of the reading, to get rid of the idiots, so that we can really get into what we need to talk about, and so that I can zoom in on what those of you who really are meant to be here and see the message really need to see, and what we actually need to talk about. So I appreciate you guys for being patient with me. But that's why I stress, like, if you enjoy the content, you enjoy watching me as an individual creator, and also if you want to collaborate with your fellow members of the collective, because I'm not trying to have a God complex, you guys, but this is what Spirit is trying to get us to do. They're trying to get us to collaborate. And if you can't do something as simple as liking the video, you're a part of the problem. And you need to go look in the mirror and reevaluate your, perspective. Because how do you think that you're going to be able to benefit from something without giving and receiving? Okay? And I don't mean to be an asshole about it, but y'all know me. I'm always going to speak the truth. Don't put me on a pedestal, because, bitch, I'm not perfect. But that is the truth. How do you expect to collaborate in communities where we could possibly be forced to collaborate because there's such an opposition against us if you can't even like a fucking video? That don't make no goddamn sense. So please like the video, you guys. Thank you to everyone who's donated or contributed. A few of you guys have definitely come through with support. Thank you to everyone who's booked a reading. Shout out to all my members. Shout out to all of you who are subscribers. Please subscribe. Get in the comments. Any engagement that you have with the video, even if you don't like it and you give it a thumbs down, it's open. Okay? So just engage somehow, because that will help the algorithm pick up the video and push it. Okay? Thank you guys so much. I know that was a long-winded ass intro, but for some reason it's necessary. So let's see. For you Pisces, there must have been some infiltrators in here, because members know. Members, put it in the comments. We know what happened when they infiltrated our members live 2 weeks ago. They shut us all the way down to where I was still live, and they basically like cut the video. And I've seen it happen on people's lives publicly, but it's never actually, I don't think it's ever actually happened to me like that. Maybe it has in the past. I can't recall. But they legit, because I accidentally said something that had to do with like internal things that they're doing that they don't want people to know. I accidentally said something and they literally, I was looking at myself continue to do the live and like the numbers just kept dwindling and I knew you guys couldn't see it. So I was like, what the heck is going on? And I realized they like basically cut me off. And I just channeled a word by accident and it was crazy. So y'all listen, we got to support each other. And even in your everyday life, like this is what I feel like spirit, source, God, universe has called me to do in my particular ministry is to help you guys see things from a different perspective and to not only believe in the grandiose, magical things in this world, but also to have an objective, realistic, logical perspective about what you could be dealing with to connect the spiritual to the physical. Okay, these are the wrong cards. I don't know why I pulled these out. Those are love cards. I meant to pull these. Interesting. Somebody may be trying to get to know you or speed things up too quickly, but this is not a love reading. And it's interesting that I said beat it because you could be telling somebody kick rocks. Let's see for Pisces. Guardian angels, archangels, spirit guides, and ancestors of the highest vibration. Father, Mother, God for Pisces. What is the situation that we need to be discussing today that Pisces might be experiencing at this time? Separation. Just beat it, beat it. Just beat it, beat it. With the whip. Whip that ass in shape. 18. Separation, transformation, 20, 28, intuition. So we have a 2, a 9, and a 10. So you're making a decision to finally cut something off, to finally separate from somebody, to basically end a cycle for good. And you're not going to come back. There's no turning back. I just can't give up now. Come too far from where I started from. Period. I just can't turn back now. Your intuition is going to get very strong in the near future. The further you get from a situation, a time in your life, a bad habit, a negative influence through a person, place, or thing, the stronger your intuition is going to get. I feel like you're going to be having deja vu or flashbacks. You're going to be feeling like you've lived this part of your life before because your intuition was always leading you to this point. That's what it feels like to me. The 2 is significant and the 8 is significant. So infinity, fate, destiny, decisions, choices, portals, all of that stuff is significant. I feel like you're transforming or growing towards a certain outcome in your life. And it's like, that's also what's bringing you further and further away from someone or something. Like, I'm hearing the slow clap. Like the slow clap can either be inspirational and like admirational, or it can be condescending. Because in media, when somebody does the slow clap, it's either because they feel extremely moved by what someone has just said or what's just happened, or it's because they're basically trying to be antagonistic or condescending to a person who has a righteous cause. That's what, like, usually the villain, when they do a slow clap, they're like, yeah, oh, great job telling your sob story, bitch. I don't give a fuck. Slow clap for you. No one else is clapping. Or it's like somebody who's super inspired by a person and they start the slow clap and then the whole crowd erupts in like a cheer. So, take that how it resonates, because it kind of feels like somebody could be being dramatic that you're choosing to separate yourself from them. and you may be giving them the slow clap in a condescending way and kind of like being a dick about it. Oh, well. Or they could be doing that to you, right? Thinking that you're not going to stick to your choice, right? Like they could be giving you a condescending slow clap because they feel like you're putting on some performance and you're just going to go back to the way it was. But little do they know you have chosen to make this decision be permanent. Okay? If you're doing the condescending antagonistic slow clap to someone else who you're kind of like trying to distance yourself from, it's because they're probably jumping through hoops, doing backflips, performing circus tricks to make you think that you can't separate from them, or make you think that you won't be able to separate from them, and you're like looking at them do all these big performances doing the antagonistic slow clap. Some of you guys have a slow clap of celebration where it's like your spirit team is celebrating you. Wow, the boss lady just flipped out, but I wasn't concentrating. Yeah, so your spirit team could be slow clapping for you, or people around you who see you improving. Like you guys could be, I'm not trying to be selfish, y'all. Really, I am not that person. People try to make me feel like I'm crazy, but I know I'm not. Like, for example, some of you guys have come to me and said over the years, like, oh my God, I've seen how much you improved. I'm so proud of you. Keep going. Don't give up. Like, you're really helping people out here. And I appreciate that, because sometimes this is a thankless ass job. Half the time I can barely support myself and my kids. Half the time, like, I don't know if I'm actually doing the right thing. Half the time I feel guilty about, hopefully not telling you guys the wrong thing. So when you guys come to me and you say like how things resonate, or you let me know like that you see my growth and you understand why I do things the way that I do, or even like join the membership off of a certain video where I was just being really raw and real and, trying to do my best to guide you guys, like that means a lot. And that feels like the slow clap, when you've been working hard towards something in your personal life, you feel like people don't pay attention to it. But then you have that one support system, or that one person who like lets you know, like, I fuck with you, keep going. Like, you have support, even if it's not a lot. That means a lot. So either that could be your spirit team, or that could be in real life with, other humans. But I feel like the slow clap, this is a transformational change that I feel like is taking you through a portal, proverbially or metaphorically, that's helping you traverse between one reality to another. So it's like you improving yourself. Once you're improved, you're going to be on that other side of reality. Now, the boss lady card came out. It says possible promotion on the horizon, climbing the corporate ladder and gaining the respect of others. The slow clap. I'm sorry, I just yelled. You know when people are heavy-handed? I'm heavy-voiced. I listened to headphones too loud in my ear when I was young. The spies. Someone has their eye on you. What's done behind the scenes will soon be revealed. Nothing will escape you. We just had that reading about them someone not being able to hide anything from you. I feel like that's also a part of your intuition. Somebody is watching you get a promotion, earn more money, gain traction in your career or your business. You're rising through the ranks. You're gaining respect. People can't really like question how much you were shooting in the gym, because it's like the results speak for themselves. Some of you guys could be going to the gym. Some of you guys could be toning up. Some of you guys could be, showing up and appearing to be more healthy or more strong, whatever it is. I don't think you're worried about your appearance. I feel like this is an observatory energy where either your haters or your supporters, or both, are watching the improvements that you're making, and you're starting to get more respect. The King, take a long-term view as a leader. Earthly abundance is accessible to you now, and you're in the right place to find it. So in the right place at the right time, deja vu type energy. Just be aware that people around you, oh wow, that was loud. Okay, so Spirit, we get it. You want it to be known. Just be aware, Pisces, that everyone watching you may not want to work with you. They may want to be able to control you. And I'm not saying everyone is bad, because we're going to try to do this reading as realistically as possible. But you need to, I'm not going to tell you what you need to do. You should consider being selective about who you trust, and make sure that the people who you do invite into your personal space, your sacred space, are trustworthy. Okay? Okay? Can I get one more card for the situation for Pisces? Oh, interesting. The spoiled one. Things will come easy to you now. Take advantage of this auspicious time and make the most of every blessing. So don't take any of the opportunities that you receive right now for granted, because they may not come around again. And I'm not saying that what's meant for you won't happen, but like, let's not be ignorant, okay? They may not come around again. They may not come around again in the same way, or it may take a long time for something like this to come back around. And why not? Why would you not take advantage? The chameleon, you have the ability to mold and reinvent yourself to whatever the situation dictates. That will give you a huge advantage. So because you're able to kind of like transmute into different things, or morph and mutate into different things, it gives you an advantage to get the things you want, or it gives you the advantage to be able to, I don't want to say manifest, but it gives you an advantage that allows you to be in the right place at the right time, so that things you need can come to you, pretty much. And the femme fatale, proceed with caution. Things are not what they seem. You'll be lured into a trap if ignored. So you could be blending in with a group of people. Like, some of you are rising through the ranks of your career or your business, your profession, and you could be blending in with a group of people who are wealthy, or maybe even spoiled, or people who've been in this particular room for a while, right? And it's kind of like, what is it like? I want to say it's like the Selena situation, right? And I was going to say Princess Diaries. I was going to say, what's the other one with the redheaded lady who was an escort? Wasn't it like Richard Gere or somebody? I can't remember. But Pretty Woman, that's what it was. I was going to say Princess Diaries. I was going to say Pretty Woman, but I settled on Selena. But they're all kind of like the same sentiment. Like Selena and in Pretty Woman, they both went into the stores and like felt like out of place a little bit. But Selena, I don't think, felt out of place. What it was other people were trying to make Selena feel out of place. So take whatever message from any of those movies that you need. Basically, what I'm saying is that you go from the regular Joe Schmo, white collar, situation to a more elevated situation. And either you may feel out of place or a little weird, clumsy, and have to get your footing. Or you could be intimidated, feel like imposter syndrome, and try to run away. Or someone else may try to scare you away and make you think that you don't belong there. It's something like that, where you're blending into a situation as you get further and further away from like old situations in your life. You're blending more and more into a situation that's unfamiliar to you, but that you're able to fit in because of the experience that you have, or because of just the way you are, right? And I feel a person or a group or some force energetically that you need to proceed with caution with, because they could be trying to lure you into a trap because you're new in that situation, and they may think that you're unaware, kind of like Selena in the shop, where the lady was unaware of. That's why I settled on Selena, because the lady in the shop, when she was buying a dress for the Grammys, bitch didn't even understand who she was dealing with. You get what I'm saying? And she had her nose up, being all sedity and shit, trying to act like she could intimidate Selena and her friend, and say, like getting all aggravated, because they were walking around the store and she felt like she wasn't going to get no commission. Little did she know, she probably would have got a tip or, you know, back in the day, whatever. But then figuring out who Selena is and like understanding who she is had to have basically shut her up. So I think you'll be fine. Like whatever this situation is, you're in a new environment. You're going to be experiencing new things, but you're also coming in. You need to remember so that nobody can tell you who you are or make you forget where you've been. You need to remember what you have experienced up until this point so that nobody can kind of hoodwink or bamboozle you in this situation, because there's definitely a lot of eyes, I feel, watching you come into some type of power or opportunities. Okay? I feel like you're going to get a lot of special treatment. That kind of feels like the situation. You're going to get a lot of special treatment. But I don't want you to let that go to your head. I don't want you to underestimate people around you. And I don't want you to get caught up in things that could possibly like, lead you down the wrong path. You know? What else is the situation for Pisces? Kinky ways. Fantasies. Ooh, fantasies and fetishes. Sexually open, looking to explore. Okay, let's get 2 more cards because I'm not trying to make it. Love bombing. Overly attentive, showered with affection for personal gain. We have legal. Court paperwork filed. Okay. Swept up. I almost said set up, bitch. Swept up. Head over heels. Falling in love. Intense emotions. Yeah, somebody's filing some legal paperwork. I feel behind the scenes or going through legal issues behind the scenes. They're either trying to get you swept up in feelings and emotions or attempting to make you feel like they're swept up. Like, I feel like someone here is turning up the heat because there's something legal going on, or in order to prevent something legal from happening. I don't know. Somebody's turning up the heat, and this has to do with a legal issue. Laughter, wholeness, overjoyed, smiling. Yeah. This could just be contracts. It doesn't have to be like a court case. But it could literally be like contracts that you're signing for jobs. It kind of feels like you're being thrust into an environment that is very like awe-inspiring. Like you could be starstruck, awestruck. You could be very like mesmerized and mystified by all of the things that you're seeing because you're being ushered into this like room, these rooms, and you're feeling very joyful and positive, and it's kind of like the magic of the movies, right? The first time you get to see a movie set, or if you like, okay, for example, I went to go see Wild 'N Out one time in Atlanta. They had this filming of Wild 'N Out, and it was really fun. I went with this dude that I was dating, and we actually got the tickets for free, which was crazy. I think they just wanted to fill up the set. But we didn't have seats. We weren't like on camera or anything. I mean, we might have been on camera, hell, I don't know. But we were up in like the balcony area. So we weren't like where the cameras and the actual seats were. But it was so cool because it was like you were able to see the filming of like a show. And I don't know if y'all watch Wild 'N Out, but back in the day, like this was back in like, oh my God, it had to be like 2019 when I went to see this. So it's like Wild 'N Out was still kind of like popping a little bit. So growing up, like, or as an adult, I guess you would say, watching Wild 'N Out, it was interesting and fun to go see it in real life. So it kind of feels like something like that. Like you're being ushered in or welcomed into a group or a club or rooms, professional opportunities that expose you to things that you may have only dreamed about, or you may have only, heard through the grapevine, or you may have only seen on TV. Like, you're actually going to be doing those things, and you're going to kind of be a little awestruck. Okay, what else? Laughter, see? You'll feel this joy. You'll feel happiness because of this. Bye, Felicia. Felicia? Karmic. Third party relationship lessons. Peacing out. Thank you next. Leaving and not caring. What else is the situation? Lucky break. Good fortune, things coming. Good things coming. Good fortune, good things coming. Turning point. Wow. The cleanse. Detox, ridding negativity, purification. Lipstick evidence. Infidelity, caught cheating, betrayal. Wow, this is crazy. If you look at these, what else for Pisces? Perfect. Oh, shit. Extra card. Honeymooning. Love on the brain. Talking often. Feeling all the feels. Yeah, that's swept up card. Recalling. Memories. Missing someone. Reminiscing. Okay, and then we have heart-to-heart conversation. Interesting. Deep conversation, intimate discussions, blunt and honest. Oh, tiptoeing in my Jordans. Avoiding getting caught, acting shady, sneaking around. SOS, distress, act with urgency, assistance needed. All of these kind of like, I don't know. I get that this is somebody else's feelings, because I feel like these two cards and the laughter and the lucky break card are more in line with like your energy, because with the separation, it's like you're changing, you're transforming, you're making different decisions, you're making better decisions. You're using your intuition more to basically discern what the right decision is to make in different situations, so that you can have an outcome that is better or more positive for you than what you've had in the past. And I feel like that's causing joy or laughter or positivity in your life, creating opportunities for you, promotions, good fortune is coming in. We saw the cleansing card with this lucky break. And it's just kind of like, we also saw the bye Felicia with the laughter card. The karmic card came out with the laughter card. The lipstick evidence came out with lucky break. And it's just like, okay. Like, it kind of feels like, who's trying to get you? This is the question I have. A few questions, actually. Who's trying to get you swept up and caught up in these emotions of like, oh my God, karmic energy, third parties, lipstick evidence, swept up, love bombing, kinky ways, honeymoon, recalling, heart to heart. Like, who's trying to get you caught up in this energy that feels very stale and repetitive and outdated? And why are they trying to get you caught up in that energy? Like, it just doesn't make any sense, because I feel like you're so far removed from whatever this is that it just doesn't feel like it's your energy. It just doesn't. I feel like somebody doesn't want you to know all of the things that they're dealing with behind the scenes. I also feel like someone doesn't want you to know all of the ways that they may have possibly caused problems or blockages in your life, or denied your intuition or tried to make you think that your intuition was wrong. Like, who is doing this and why are they doing it? And it's like the clear answer is because it feels like there are things that are changing because you're deciding to upgrade or change or evolve. Yeah, it's like you're evolving, your life evolves with you. And then somebody's witnessing that and feeling some type of way. And that's why they want to come in and like remind you of all these feelings and emotions. Femme fatale energy. Spying energy. Like, why now? Why do you want to say this stuff now? Why do you want to bring this up now? Why do you feel like you need to come forward now? It's just it just feels very convenient, okay? It very conveniently inconvenient. Inconvenient for you, conveniently convenient for them. Okay, so who is Pisces' biggest ally in this situation, Spirit? Who is their biggest ally? Supporter. Capricorn. Interesting. So this may be someone you know or someone you may not know. Very interesting. The number 10 is on that card. So this person may come into the picture when something ends. They may be the catalyst to something ending, or they may show up when something fully concludes, because you're kind of at a 9 right now and the 10 is in the near future. So this could be a Capricorn who you are going to meet very soon, or this could be a person who you will meet once something is finally finished. We have Gemini in the bottom of the deck and Leo. Interesting. Keep that in mind, because you could be currently like working with a Gemini, possibly a Virgo. You could be currently dealing with the Virgo or Gemini energy, or someone in your life. With the 3, that could be like teamwork, possibly working with these people, coworkers, things like that. Friends, family members. Yeah. And then the Leo looks like, I don't know, 2 5s with the fire and the Leo energy. There could be a Leo possibly trying to cause conflict in the near future. Or, I mean, since this is the ally section, they might be helping you. You could have a Capricorn who's an ally, and maybe they have a Virgo, Gemini, and a Leo assisting them. I don't know if this is like a legal team or something, but they were on the ally side. But just keep in mind that the Leo has a 5 on it, plus the fire energy has a 23, which is a 5 as well. But the 23 could signify that the Leo sees the conflict, and they could be making a decision, number 2, to assist number 3, 23, fire energy, with the conflict to help the Gemini or to help the Virgo. Just take it how it resonates. Could be talking out the side of my neck. Okay. Now, who is Pisces' biggest enemy, Spirit, when it comes to this situation? Who is Pisces' biggest enemy? Uranus. Who the fuck is Uranus? Dang. Neptune? I was thinking about Neptune. So it could be a Sagittarius. Freaking, Uranus. Let me look it up real quick, because I know y'all are probably going to tell me. What zodiac signs does Uranus rule? There we go. Aquarius. The modern ruler of Aquarius. I see Aquarius being ruled by Saturn with Capricorn. I see Jupiter ruling Sagittarius and Neptune ruling Pisces, but some people say Jupiter for Pisces as well. That's interesting. Remember that, though. We have a 21 with Neptune. It's someone who... We have Gemini again. Interesting. Jupiter, Scorpio. With the Neptune card and the fact that it has a 21 on it, I feel like it goes from a 2 to a 1. So this could be someone who you were partnered with, either platonically, romantically, or professionally, that you decided to go off on your own. And this decision possibly rubbed somebody the wrong way. Yeah. Can I get one more card for this possible enemy that Pisces has for clarity, please? Who's Pisces' biggest enemy at this time? Virgo, bitch. Damn. See, and that's why I was kind of questioning that Gemini, that Leo energy, and that Virgo energy that was connected to this Capricorn ally. Because I'm not sure. There could be multiple people. But it kind of felt like you were working with a Virgo and a Gemini, or a Virgo or a Gemini, either or both together. And you decided not to work with them anymore. And then that's when the Capricorn comes in. And then the Leo could be maybe causing an issue with that or having a problem with that. Child. We're going to leave it the way it is. We're going to figure out why. We'll see what's going on. Okay. You guys be sure to like the video. If you're here, please like the video, you guys. I really appreciate it. If you do want to donate or contribute to help the channel, please use the PayPal or Zelle information in the description box below. It's always there. And it really helps the channel out right now. Just, because there are things going on. There's always some shit going on. I never want to make you think that my shit is bigger than your shit. But if you are able to donate or contribute, that's a great way to do so. It makes sure that the channel sees it and that we're able to utilize it right away. So thank you guys. Venus is at the bottom, okay? And the moon. Venus is like Taurus energy, maybe Libra, feminine. And the moon is Cancer. It's very feminine energy. So if it's an Aquarius or a Virgo, it's going to be a feminine Aquarius or Virgo. Possibly a Taurus, Libra, or Cancer. So the enemy side is a little sketchy. I have no idea. But we're going to try to describe what's going on so that we can clarify what you need to know. Okay, let me get the cards. We'll use these. They're, easy access. I said, we'll use these because they're easy access. They're right here. You may need to be mindful of people who want to have easy access to you, people who you give easy access to, or people who give easy access to others in some way, shape, or form. This could also be people who make it difficult for you to access them, but they want to have easy access to you. Or where they give easy access to others, but they make you jump through hoops in order to have that access. Okay. So let's see. It just feels like somebody could be feeling entitled. Oh my God. It feels like somebody could be feeling entitled to your energy and they should not. Or they really don't have like a real reason to. Okay. Let's see. First, we're going to get your energy, Pisces energy, when it comes to this situation that we've talked about and discussed, Spirit, with Pisces. Yes, baby girl. Go sit down. What is Pisces energy when it comes to this situation? Oh, Queen of Wands came out in reverse. Yeah, easy access, feeling insecure, a lack of confidence, possibly feeling like you aren't going to be able to manifest whatever this is. It kind of feels like your energy right now is not indicative of whatever this is because it hasn't happened yet. I feel like you're in the process of separating yourself from things that keep you stuck in the past, or people who keep you stuck in the past. And whatever lucky break or positive reinforcement that you could be experiencing in the near future, I don't think it's actually fully fleshed out or occurred. So you could be feeling like you don't have support. You could be feeling a little angry or upset, possibly bitter or, dejected, disappointed about what's going on in your life right now and the situations that you're having to deal with, because you haven't gotten to this point of like happiness, or you haven't received this break in the energy, this relief in the energy yet. You could be feeling very vulnerable or exposed, especially if you have more eyes on you. The Death card. Yes, Snowflake, my love. What is it? What is it, baby? Yes, come here. What's wrong? Come here. Oh, I'm not coming over there to scratch you. She just laid down. She was sitting up and then I said, come here. What's wrong? And then she laid down on her back with the little cute face and rolled her belly out so I could see her belly. Like that's her beckoning call for me to come over there and scratch her. I'm not doing that. You see me working. You have to respect my authority. Please. Can you respect my authority? Oh, okay. You blinking. So I assume that's a yes. Could be making an ass out of myself. But we have the Death card at the bottom, and then we have the Knight of Wands. Yeah. So what this Queen of Wands reverse is not bad. I feel like you are basically changing your accessibility to someone. You see how Snowflake was thinking that it was all about her, still laying there. I think somebody thought it was all about them, or someone wanted easy access to you, availability to you. They wanted to be able to come in and out of your life whenever they wanted, and you're changing something about that. There's a transformation happening when it comes to your accessibility, your availability, the action that you take towards someone, or how you respond to someone coming towards you, like with this Knight of Wands. I hope that makes sense. So it's like if somebody comes in as the Knight of Wands and they upset you, they make you angry. Like the Queen of Wands is the only Wands court card that doesn't have those like lizards or whatever, and it's supposed to be a protection, right? Basically she's the only one who doesn't have that protection, or she's the only one who doesn't have that like safety net. But it's like the cat that she has, and her confidence and her ability to stand strong and firm by using her intuition and understanding her body and how her intuition reacts to her body and makes her sure of herself. Like all of those things basically create that safety net. So when it's reversed, it's like being unprotected, being angry, being insecure, being very demanding, and not really understanding how to use that authority and use that energy. So for me, it's like I feel like you guys could feel insecure, or when somebody comes towards you, they may come towards you in a very inconsistent way, like the Knight of Wands. They may come towards you in a very frivolous way, or a very like selfish way, to where they're only worried about their own needs. They're only worried about fulfilling their own desires. They're only worried about what they're going to receive by interacting with you and experiencing your energy. And they could leave you in this feeling of the Queen of Wands reverse. And I feel like you guys are changing your availability to this person coming towards you this way, or just to people coming towards you that way in general. Okay. So I honestly don't think this Queen of Wands reversed is a bad thing. It kind of feels like you could even be like telling somebody off with the Queen of Wands reverse very strongly, sternly. or aggressively telling someone where they can go. What's the Queen of Wands reversed for Pisces energy when it comes to this situation? 7 of Cups. You also could be a little bit insecure because you're not sure how things are going to change or transpire over time. Like you're not sure where you're going to end up or where something's going or what the outcome of a situation is going to be. You could also be confused right now, which could be causing you to lash out. So just be aware of that. Okay, the Karma card, which is Judgment, and the 3 of Wands. Yeah, that eclipse energy right there, it could symbolize the eclipse that you feel coming energetically. You may be having like a negative physical reaction to the eclipse, or it could be causing some type of feeling of block in your intuition, like not knowing what's over the horizon type of energy. You may not know what decision to make because you can't see in the future or you can't see what's going to happen. So you could be confused about making a decision and a little bit unsure about what decision to make. You may be feeling like you're not as confident in your decisions because you couldn't see where it was leading you. You didn't have all the information. So this could either be talking about decisions you're trying to make now or decisions you made in the recent past. And because you had a lack of visibility, you were a little bit confused when it comes to your judgment of a situation. You didn't really know, okay, what to expect because you couldn't really see what was going on. 3 of Wands. It's like your judgment was off. I feel like you expected something to be different. Or you expected something to change, or maybe you expected someone to be different. And y'all, now she sleep. Now she sleep over there with her eyes closed. Paw just glitching and twitching. Tail. She know I'm talking about her. She just meow. She get on my nerves. I love her though. Yeah, so it feels like that's the situation. With the 7 of Cups, though, in this deck, it kind of feels like because the motherfucker is looking at you instead of looking at the cups, it kind of feels like someone was actively choosing to block your vision or distort or obstruct your vision in a situation so that you couldn't see what was really going on. You may have even chose to not make a decision because you weren't confident in the choice that you were making because you felt like maybe there was manipulation going on or your vision was being obstructed. So just take it how it resonates. One more card for the Queen of Wands for Pisces energy. Oh, it's reversed. The World reversed. Yeah. Something is not over. I'm telling you guys, like, this energy has been happening for a while, and I just don't know what it is. But the Magician is at the bottom in the Justice card. Gemini energy, Aries energy, Libra, Taurus, possibly Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo. Yeah, Leo and Aquarius, Taurus and Scorpio, Libra, Gemini, Aries. Somebody could be dragging out a legal situation, or they could be dragging out some type of financial issue, or I don't know what the fuck this is. The Magician is a major arcana, so is the Justice, the World reversed. We saw the Karma card, which is Judgment, and we also saw the Death card. But somebody's doing something behind the scenes, possibly trying to manipulate the fate or the destiny of the situation, the outcome. We talked about the 8s that were in the Pisces R Us oracle at the beginning, and the fact that 8 could symbolize destiny or fate. And it just feels like someone is doing things behind the scenes to try to create a certain outcome unbeknownst to other people, and it feels like they're manipulating the ending of a situation and either trying to prolong it or prevent a situation from ending because it benefits them for it not to end. This is the world reversed. The world is supposed to be upright, but I constantly, I kind of feel like this world reversed with the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is a result of this magician. And the magician is creating like confusion so that a situation won't end because it benefits them for the situation to perpetuate in perpetuity, like Jocelyn says. In perpetually. You need to look that up. So someone wants to be able to continue, I feel like, to benefit off of your gifts, your magic, your power, your energy, your physical energy. You know what I'm saying? Like pull physical. Because it's an old fashioned, like, okay. People who have to siphon your energy through physical reactions, like getting you angry, making you cry, overworking you, putting burdens on you that they're supposed, basically, like, just say you have a roommate, they don't want to wash the fucking dishes, they don't want to clean up in the bathroom, you're forced to do it because they refuse to do it. That's them like harvesting your physical energy. That's a very like trivial, low level way to harvest somebody's physical energy. I don't know how to explain that, but that's like newbie shit. That's noob shit. That's like, I don't have a lot of power, so the only thing that I can do is not wash the dishes so that that energy transfer goes to me and not you, or so that you exert your energy and I don't exert mine. That's a very like low level novice type of thing. And it kind of feels like with the Queen of Wands being reversed, you could be feeling drained. You could be feeling exhausted. You could have a very short fuse energetically because somebody is doing things in that novice way to drain your physical energy, because we saw the Knight of Wands as well. So it's like the way that they approach you, the way that I don't even want to say the way that they talk to you, because it just feels like it's very elementary. Whatever they're doing, it's like a very low level way to drain or siphon your energy or to create physical imbalance in your life, because that's the only way that they can access your energy, because you've cut off the mental, you've cut off the spiritual, and you've cut off the emotional. So what it feels like is they're manipulating the situation that you're in, possibly a legal situation, because the Justice card is here. They're manipulating it behind the scenes so that it never ends, so that there's never a resolution, because that is what they feel like is fair, or that's what they feel like they want, or that's what benefits them. And this could even be just telling people lies about how something transpired. But justice coming right before the karma card, which is judgment, tells me that you don't see this going on, but that there's a karmic attachment to it. So I can't say what that is, because I can't tell you what your karma or anyone else's karma is. Neither should you care what anyone else's karma is. And I also can't tell you what your destiny is. But what I do feel is that it's connected to where you're meant to be, what you're meant to do, and the chain of events, the sequence of events that is meant to happen that leads you to whatever this thing is that's going to be like a lucky break, or that's going to boss you up, or that's going to create a lot of joy in your life. I feel like this has to happen this way, and you can't necessarily, it's like this is your justice for this person to have manipulated the situation and to drag this situation out. This is your justice. It's working in your favor. It's the best possible outcome for everyone involved, but you don't see the ricochet, or you're not really like able to see what's actually going on, and you don't know what to expect. And the way you could feel the transformation happening, but you're a little insecure about it. You're not really confident in your decisions because you don't see what's going on. But Spirit is trying to tell you to follow your intuition. Your intuition is going to get stronger. You're going to be able to see more in the near future. Okay? And whatever's happening right now, I feel like allows you the ability to change how someone comes towards you or how you react and respond when someone comes towards you. I know that was a lot. Okay. Why is this Capricorn an ally for Pisces in this situation? 3 of Cups. They're a friend, or they're a supporter, or they're somebody who benefits from helping you. Like, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. 2 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. So this could be someone who you work with or someone who sees the progress that you're making in your work. We described it. Another infinity symbol. They may have similar long-term goals as you. This person could be a colleague or a comrade of sorts. And they may be working towards the same goals as you or have the same vision as you. Not necessarily like y'all are meant to do the same things, but it's like you have a common cause. Either you have a common cause together or you have a common enemy. That's crazy. One more card for this 3 of Cups, Capricorn, Tower. Yeah, you could suddenly meet this person or whatever sudden change is happening, a switch in authority, you know, boss getting fired and a new boss coming in. An organization being destroyed. You have a mutual interest with this Capricorn because the destruction of a corporation, the destruction of a structure, a building, a company, an organization is going to be mutually beneficial for you and this person. Okay. They probably went through the same thing you did or similar situations as you did. 6 of Swords, King of Wands. So this person is coming towards you or they're assisting you with escaping something. This is somebody who wants to team up with you because they have the same goals. But I would be still cautious of whoever this is because it's like they're coming towards you all of a sudden and they could be overly friendly with you and, you know, chumming up with you, buddy. And you guys may have the same goals, but I feel like you also need to be individualistically minded because this person, I feel, could have some things going on that they don't necessarily tell you up front. That I'm not sure what the effect would be on you. So just keep that in mind. Like, they could have a negative image or reputation and you may not be aware. Or they could have intentions to achieve whatever this mutual goal is and not be telling you 100% why they want to help you achieve this goal. Like, I'm not exactly sure, but I would just be careful and not just trust people right off the bat, okay? All right. Now, let's see. The energy around Pisces because of this situation. 6 of Wands. I feel like you are the 6 of Wands, to be honest with you. Like, the energy around you is the 6 of Wands because you're the 6 of Wands and people are in the crowd. And you can't really see the energy around you. You can't really see who's in the crowd. You can't really see who's watching. You can't really see if the people who are in the crowd watching actually have your best interests at heart. The 5 of Pentacles is at the back of the deck. Strength. It's a Leo. Who you left out in the cold or rejected or who rejected you. Another infinity symbol. This is, oh my God, this is crazy. I feel like people around you, or the energy around you, is of people who see you as being very innocent or wholesome, or possibly like very unique in your approach to something. Like the way you're doing something, or just the fact that you're doing something in general, is very courageous. It's very daring. It's like there has to be an anointed reason why you're able to do this, or why you've been successful at whatever this is. There's got to be a reason. It must be your fate. It must be your destiny. It must be what you were meant to do. Because I feel like no one's been able to do whatever this is prior to you doing it. It's like you're not reaching a milestone, but like Ripley's Believe It or Not. It's like Guinness Book of World Records. Some of you may be getting into that, or you're accomplishing something that's never been done before. And somebody feels like it was because, or people observing you could feel like it's because you're the one who was meant to do it. You had the courage to do it. You had the bravery to do it. You had the willpower and the genetic support to do it. But there's also people who are watching this and feeling like they're not involved, or with the Five of Pentacles, your success, I feel like, is making other people feel insecure or left out, or like they have something missing in their life. Or that you're missing from their life. They don't know the tears that you've cried, though, because I just heard that Britney Spears song, Lucky. What's the Six of Wands for the energy around Pisces when it comes to this situation? Karma. Bitch. Yeah, I just feel like that's symbolizing people you don't see, like I said. The people you don't see in the crowd, the people you don't see watching you, the people you don't see like the intentions of, because they're not really relevant. Or they're purposefully keeping themselves away from you, or you're purposefully keeping yourself away from them. This could be karmic people who try to cause conflict or prevent you from getting where it is that you are. Nine of Swords, Page of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like somebody's regretting the fact that they didn't see your potential, or they feel ashamed for trying to hide you, or they're just anxious because they don't know what's going to happen in the future. I don't know why. I don't know if that's because they did something to try to hide you or block you, but that's kind of what it feels like. It feels like these are the thoughts and emotions of the people who are in the crowd, feeling left out, seeing the fact that you're being given something or awarded something, and they feel like worried or anxious because they don't know what's going to happen to them. Like, what's their fate? They're wondering what their fate is, and I feel like they're feeling ashamed or embarrassed or even stressed and anxious, about the truth. And the Magician just popped out. A lot of people who are watching you succeed know that they're going to get some type of backlash for trying to keep you down, or trying to stop you, or creating problems and conflict in your life. That's what happens. Like, you never see that type of stuff, Pisces. So if you still the dumb bitch out there looking for somebody to get their karma, then I don't know what to tell your ass, because that's stupid. You're not going to see somebody get their karma. And yes, I called you a dumb bitch, because how many times do we have to say it? Shit. What's the karma card? What's the karma card? Okay. What's the karma card? Thank you. I almost said Comic-Con. That's what I felt like I said. So somebody could be a comedian, or they could be a joke. Two of Cups. It's like this starstruck type of energy. And I said awestruck for you earlier. Like, I don't know what this is exactly, but it's like the energy around you is of someone who It's like somebody who met you and felt like, wow, I met someone famous, because Pisces ended up being, I don't know, they ended up being the first one to create an ad blocker that's universal for all platforms and that can't be identified by the controlling forces. Like, I don't know, that's something stupid. But like, it's like somebody met you and they're realizing who you are. But at the time that they met you, they didn't know who you are. So it's like if you were to walk past Beyonce in the grocery store, of course, for people who don't know who Beyonce is, this would apply. But like, just say you walk past fucking some random emperor or king from another country and you don't know who it is, and you meet this person, you have a whole conversation, but you don't know who they are until after they're gone. And there's no way for you to get back in touch with them and tell them like, oh my God, it's so crazy that I met you. Like, that's what it feels like. So the energy around you is of like someone who you conversated with, someone who you communicated with, someone who you're friends with, someone who you may have dated, someone who you may have just had a conversation or talked to in passing, or you met them through mutual friends, who didn't know who you were and then found out who you were later. That's what it feels like. But it kind of feels like at the same time, right? At the same time, it feels like they did something that they were embarrassed by or ashamed of, or that was rude, or like, it's like if you meet Beyonce and she's like at the grocery store and you see her and she's like dressed down, but she's in your way and you want to get to the fucking cereal and you're like, excuse me, like real fucking rude. And you're like, damn, that was Beyonce. And I was just a fucking bitch to Beyonce, to her face, because I couldn't get the cereal fast enough. It's kind of like that. Ace of Pentacles. Somebody had the opportunity to meet you and then you walked away. So they're like, was it even real? And now they're feeling nervous and anxious and embarrassed and ashamed, and like, that's their karma. That's their karma. Because they could have had the potential, if they were courageous enough, to like actually get your attention or like stay in your life. But they're not included. 5 of Pentacles. Somebody's thinking about this conversation. So either they had an opportunity to talk to you and you walked away because you didn't know that they were standing there trying to contemplate whether or not they should talk to you, or they did talk to you and they fucked it up. So if any of you guys are out in public and you see me and you like want to come say hello, I'm cool with that. Come say hello. Be like, what's up, girl? Casey, is that you? Like, just come and say hello, bitch. I don't care. As long as you're not being weird. Because if you're aggressive and weird and you don't give me my personal space, or my kids are with me and you're acting scary and weird, I might just knock your ass the fuck out for my own personal safety. That might make you guys like, bitch, I don't want to say hello. No, just don't be weird. Some of y'all are fucking weird and you can't take a hint and you won't let it go. So I'm just keeping it a bean. Like, if you respect my space, you don't take pictures of me or my children, like, you're not like overly aggressive and wanting to touch me, and like, if I say it's okay in the moment, then cool. But like, don't be a weird ass bitch. Like Will on a Whim says. I love Will on a Whim. He says, you can follow me everywhere, just not in real life. Like, you can come say hello in real life. I have no problem with that. But if you start being weird, following me, being creepy, them dukes come out. Or something else might come out. Watch yourself, bitch. Okay? Because I'm like a regular person. I don't see myself as like any type of celebrity or, I know I'm an influencer, but, child, I don't know. All I can say is that that's what happened. Somebody had an opportunity to talk to you. Even if you're not someone influential or you're not someone well known, if you become someone well known, this is what someone is going to think about, right? Or it could be a situation where regular people are having regular encounters and you're just a regular person, and somebody had the opportunity to introduce themselves to you or talk to you, maybe because they have a crush on you and they see you in passing in some area of your life, but they didn't have the courage to speak to you. They're regretting that or thinking about that or feeling like they weren't brave or courageous enough, right? If this is someone who fucked it up with you, whether it was platonic or romantic or professional, they're thinking about how they could have had this same success that you're having, or they could have had access or a foot in the door by treating you properly, but they didn't, right? This could even be people who you don't know, who see you accomplishing something, and while I feel inspired by what you're doing, and they're doing like the slow clap thing, they also feel insecure because it's like, dang, I feel like somebody is comparing their confidence to you. Meanwhile, sometimes you feel insecure too. Like, it's crazy. That's why I tell y'all, don't put me on a pedestal, bitch, because I'm still working on all this shit myself. Don't just assume that because I'm telling you what I've learned or experienced that I'm perfect. That's you fucking your own self up, if that's what you think. I'm just trying to do the best that I can to take what I've learned and share it with you guys, you know? And all I ask for is the respect of you, you know, supporting me if you gain some type of benefit to support the channel in some way, shape, or form. It doesn't have to be with money, but just, you know, hell, just like the video. But that's what it feels like. The energy around you is like observing you. Why is this Uranus and Virgo energy Pisces' biggest enemy? 10 of Cups. Oh, shit. This video is long as fuck. But it's all right. It's not, whatever. 10 of Cups. This could be a family member. This could be a friend. This could be someone who's like a coworker. You see them every day. This could be somebody you divorced or had a family with, had children with, had a home with of some kind. This could be someone who feels like delusional about your connection. Like, this could be someone who thinks that y'all have a more personal connection than what you do. With the 10 of Cups, it's like a person who thinks you were married, but you don't know who they are. Or a person who imagines being a part of your life every day or being in a relationship with you, but y'all are barely like acquainted. I'm hearing the Acquainted song by The Weeknd in my head. So if you want to go listen to The Weeknd, it's called Acquainted. It's from one of his earlier albums. Somebody's glad that they know you, or they got to know you, or they met you, or you were in their life. But it's something about like the reason why they're an enemy that's delusional, or the relationship that they see between the two of you that's delusional. Queen of Swords. Ace of Cups. Yeah, it definitely could be a Virgo. Definitely could be a Virgo, a Libra, a Cancer. What else did I say? Possibly Taurus or Aquarius. Yeah, strong Virgo, Aquarius, or Libra. Not really getting Gemini, but anyway. Yeah, it's like this is somebody who maybe you spoke to them once and they think about you every day. They're in love with you. It's kind of weird like that. Queen of Swords, 10 of Cups, Ace of Cups. This could be somebody who you rejected. This could be somebody who you didn't want to have a family or children with, or you may have terminated a pregnancy and they're upset because they wanted you to have their child, or they wanted you to be their child's father. What's the 10 of Cups? One more card for the 10 of Cups with this energy. King of Cups. Some of y'all, this is a sibling. Queen of Swords. It could be a brother. It could be a sister. It could be a cousin. Ugh. They come off very charismatic and emotionally stable on the outside, but underneath they're kind of like airy fairy delusional. Okay, yeah, Page of Swords and the Four of Swords. So it's like water energy and air energy. That's it. Okay, that's Five Swords. Uh, with the Queen, that would be six. It's like I feel like this is somebody who you moved on from, or you abandoned, or you rejected. I don't know what happened, but it kind of feels like I'm confused about who moved on from who. I'm confused energetically reading the cards about who rejected who's feeling insecure about who. And it kind of gives me that magician energy with the Seven of Cups. It's like somebody wanted to have this access to be able to come in and out of your life like saloon doors. And I just feel like I don't know if they were researching you, asking other people questions about you, asking you weird questions. But like, however they were communicating with you was very immature. But with the King of Cups being here, it kind of feels like somebody's tactic was to communicate with you in a way that was kind of confusing or like petty, or I don't know what the fuck is going on with this, and I don't care. And I feel like you don't either. And I feel like that's why the Four of Swords is here, because it's like whoever this person was out there in the field swinging their sword randomly, wasn't paying attention to who's around, who was watching. It's like they were just say you're the Four of Swords, masculine or feminine, I don't give a fuck. And this person who's an enemy was the Page of Swords. It's kind of like they were out there in the field with their sword, like he's standing right now, and just, swinging around like, I'm going to get Pisces like this, and then I'm going to do this. And you're standing here in the shadows watching this idiot swing the sword, talking about how they're going to get you. And you're like, after all these battles and all these swords, it basically feels like these are all the swords of the people who you've you've beat them. These are all the swords of the people who you've encountered and basically like bested in fights, mentally, verbally, communicatively. And here goes this fourth part, and you're like, okay. And it's like, really? I see exactly what you're doing, but then it's like, I don't know, somebody's watching you, but they're not talking to you. And I feel like you decided to focus on what was real. I just don't understand. I just feel like somebody's watching you be happy and they're not really saying anything. And I feel like it's because you either called out their delusion, called out their bullshit, or you rejected them in some way, shape, or form. It just feels like that's what happened. And the energy around you may not be these may not be the same people. The energy around you may not be the enemy. The enemy may not be around you. But that's what it looks like, okay? And then let's just do not necessarily the next step, but Spirit, just give us what we need to see regarding the possible outcome of this situation, the next step that could be involved, next sequence of events that could happen for Pisces. Three of Swords. It's not your energy. It's air energy. It's Libra energy. Possibly Aquarius or Gemini. Take it how it resonates. Emperor, Aries, Sun, Leo. There's an Aries, a Taurus, or a Leo who's going to be feeling disappointed. Somebody's feeling disappointed because I feel like they could have been happy. What's the Three of Swords? What's the Three of Swords for the next step or the possible outcome? The Moon, Cancer. Somebody's feeling brokenhearted. Sad. Somebody lied about what makes them happy, or they lied about the fact that you make them happy, or they lied about like what you know, or the fact that you were correct or right, or you knew the solution. I don't know what the fuck. Ten of Swords, Death card. Somebody's feeling the shift in the energy very quickly, and they're trying to distract themselves from it. Somebody lied about how they feel. Somebody lied about the truth of what was going on. And whatever the situation is transformed or changed, and they thought they were going to have control over themselves, their emotions, or how things played out, but they don't. And I feel like that's disappointing them. And they're feeling a heavy heart. But, I don't know. What's the Three of Swords? Child, the Sun reversed. I feel like somebody's observing your happiness. And the Sun reversed is the same as the Moon. So it's like they either don't have all of the information, or they're feeling melancholy, down, depressed, confused, scared. There's a lack of clarity. I feel like someone doesn't know what they're missing out on right now, but they will in the future. Especially if this is about someone who wasn't truthful with you from the get-go, or they didn't recognize the power or beauty of who you are. Feels like they're going to try to act like they're in control and like they're happy, but they're not really happy. The Lovers and the Page of Swords, see? Could be a Gemini, I don't care who it is. But whatever this decision was that someone made, they either chose to make you unhappy, lie to you, betray you, disappoint you. I don't know what the fuck this person's problem is. Like, there are literally people who are losing their fucking minds. The mental corrosion of the times that we're in right now is becoming very apparent. And this person, I feel, felt drawn to you, but they either didn't tell you, or like they felt drawn to you, but they chose to keep that hidden and like lie about it. I feel like someone may have felt this connection to you, or felt like something was more valuable. You were more valuable. A situation should have been nurtured or cherished. They should have treated you better. It's like they felt that because they felt the strong connection to you. But I also feel like they were heavily weighed down when it comes to like fear and anxiety, or what they don't know about you, not trusting you, questioning you, worrying about you betraying them, trying to be in control of all the situations. Like, child, don't nobody have time for that shit. Or being afraid you were going to hurt them. It's kind of like the show Westworld when it got out of hand and they got really futuristic with it and got away from the plot. You know, the character, that white boy who was the character with what's his name? He's a rapper. I can't remember his name. He was in the Diddy trial. Was it Kid Cudi? Yeah, Kid Cudi was in Westworld on the last season or something like that. One of them seasons, either the second or the third season, I don't know. But Kid Cudi was in there, and it was that white boy who was the main character and Kid Cudi, and they were like, basically, they were like friends, or supposed to be friends, or programmed to be friends, or whatever. And Kid Cudi ended up turning on the white boy, and the white boy ended up turning on Kid Cudi because there was a seed of doubt that got planted in both their minds. And it's like, I think they were both turning on each other, but it's that type of like environment, like this energy right here from whatever's going on feels like a person who's not sure if their partner in crime is a traitor. And it's like, you got to keep one eye open. It's kind of like keeping your friends close and your enemies closer, and not knowing if your friend is your enemy or your enemy is your friend type of energy. Yeah. Yeah. One more card for the next step or the possible outcome. The shadow side reversed, which is the devil reversed. I feel like you're going to feel or sense someone's disappointment for not believing in what they felt from your energy. I don't know what this is. Five of Wands, Four of Cups. Yeah. Whatever the conflict or battle that's going on right now, the energy around you is of people who are observing you being victorious or being successful when it comes to overcoming this Five of Wands. And in the midst of the battle or the conflict or the fight, you detach from a person, or it's like you no longer felt connected to someone. And I feel like you rejected the connection, or this could even be somebody who was fighting the connection like with you, even though they felt it. And it's like they were denying it. Somebody's just gonna be mad, child. Ain't nobody got time. Okay. What's hidden that Pisces doesn't see? Quickly, please, Spirit. The Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. And it's like this whole reading is laced with things that you can't really control. I feel like you can't see where something is going to end up, how something is going to turn out. You don't know how situations right now that you're dealing with connect to your fate or your destiny, but you can feel it. So go with that, okay? Ten of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, yeah. Long term, it's going to work out because that's how it's meant to work out. Page of Wands. Yeah, you don't see that this is a confirmation of like where you're going or where you're meant to end up with everything that's happening now. I feel like you also could be a little bit distracted when it comes to the signs, synchronicities, or confirmations that are happening. Yeah, the Lovers and the Eight of Wands. You may receive communication as well. There's like these checkpoints. I just keep feeling this energy of these checkpoints at different times in your life. or when certain situations that are kind of like monumental or memorable happen, if you look back at different situations that you've been through, whether it's fun things, ironic things that turned out to be lucky breaks, legal situations that you've experienced, your memories, like deep conversations that you've had with people, connections that felt really strong, lovers, situations that were kind of karmic and negative, and situations that were really positive and happy, all your memories. This is what this reading is basically saying. If you look back on all of those things, you will see how they shaped your life. They shape decisions that you make. They shape how your personality is projected out into the world, how you show up. And in the moment, you don't realize it, but looking back on the things that you went through maybe as a child, or looking back on the things that you went through in your early teens and 20s, you're going to see how that shaped the decisions that you make now, and like what you have decided to do with your life. Spirit is basically telling you that these situations are no different. What's going on right now when it comes to like the things that are happening in your life are doing what was being done before. It's just you're in the midst of it and you're aware of it because you watch tarot. Okay. But at any other moment, it would just feel like the sequence of events in your life. Spirit is bringing you together with people, places, and things that are a part of your destiny. And they're a part of like what you're meant to be doing, your overall assignment or mission on this planet. Spirit is bringing you together and connecting you with those people, places, and things. And it's like they want you to have fun. They want you to be excited about where things are going, not scared and intimidated. Because in the long run, you're going to see once you get to that place that it was all a part of the plan. Like, I get it. Like, it's interesting to have dramatic situations happening, but that's not what the fuck it's about. You know? What's the advice for Pisces? Chariot. Yeah. Move forward, go where you're guided, and put some pep in your motherfucking step, bitch. That's exactly what that's saying, Chariot. Be excited about where you're going. Understand that you're being pulled by God, source, spirit, universe in a particular direction. Be excited about that shit. And put some pep in your motherfucking step. Figure out where you're going. Make sure your actions match your words and your words match your actions. The Strength card. Be brave. Be courageous. Because whatever it is that you're contemplating, or whatever it is that you are trying to figure out how to do, or you're contemplating doing it, or you're questioning should you do it or not, like whatever the fuck this is that you need to have bravery and courage with, is a part of what you're meant to be doing. Spirit wants you to have the strength and the courage and the fortitude and the curiosity and the bravery and everything else the fuck that we talked about. They want you to have all of that to move forward. They want you to utilize all of it because you already have it. They want you to utilize it so that you can move forward and accomplish these goals. So that you can reach this horizon point and see what's on the other side. What's the Chariot? 9 of Swords. There's something that's going to start moving really quickly, or there's something that, yeah, Star card, 8 of Swords, yeah. There's either a truth that's coming out, clarity that you're about to receive after not having clarity, or a lack of clarity that's going to continue, where you're going to have to continue to be brave in order to accomplish your goals. I don't know what this is. This could be that some of you maybe some of y'all want to live in a van. You want to be a van life person. Either you want to be an influencer or just do it for your own sanity. Cool. But you're going to have to not be scared. Okay? You get what I'm saying? Like some of you want to be an influencer or a celebrity. You want to be a star. Six of Wands, Star card. The cards have come out, but whatever. The Wheel of Fortune, Justice, all of that good stuff. But like, if you're scared to have people, for example, like we talked about earlier, walk up to you, or if you're scared to like, I don't know, whatever part of it that you're fucking scared of, how are you going to do that? You get what I'm saying? Spirit is basically warning you against focusing too much on what you don't want to happen. They're warning you against being blinded by the FOMO, fear of missing out, or being blinded by the fear of what you see as like negative aspects of whatever this is that you want. Because it's like, oh, you could say that you want a nice car, but if you're constantly worried about people hitting it or getting in a crash or whatever, you're not associating emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically with the positive aspects of having that nice car. You're associating with the negative aspects. So what Spirit is trying to tell you is that all of those negative aspects are all these other stars. They're all the distractions. The big star is the one that you need to focus on, which is the Four of Wands that we saw with the Chariot. The big star is the ultimate goal. The big star is the outcome. The big star is you. So if you're hoping for something, praying for something, wishing for something, but then constantly stressed out about how it's going to happen, whether or not you're going to get it, when it's going to happen, if there's going to be somebody trying to block you, if there's enemies or things that you don't see. Because this enemy could literally be an illusion of your own mind. King of Cups, Ten of Cups. I mean, I'm just being real with your ass. Like, at the end of the day, the enemy could be an illusion of your own mind. So it's like Spirit's advice is to focus on the truth and look past the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, or the hidden unknowns, just to move forward towards what the fuck you want. Like, how long are you going to wait for other people to tell you it's time to do what you want? How long are you going to wait to get the green light from motherfuckers online who don't know you? How long are you going to wait to do what it is that you want until the astrology is right? That's a crutch. And that's the trap of this type of divination, any divination, even religion. You can get trapped in the essence or aura or accessibility that it brings. People get trapped in the church. They spend their whole life in the church. They go to Bible study on, they go to whatever group. They go to church group on Monday. They go to Bible study on Tuesday. They go to choir practice on Wednesday. They go to revival on Thursday. They go to another Bible study on Friday. Then they go do community service with the church on Saturday. Then they in church all day on Sunday. That's chains. The devil, that's the chains around you. If you go all day without doing anything else but listening and watching the tarot readings, that's the chain. And doesn't it sound counterintuitive for me to tell you not to watch tarot and I'm a tarot reader? Well, yeah, duh. But not if I'm ethical. These hoes out here want y'all to be addicted. You basically, the outcome or the next step is you detaching or releasing from things that are fear-based, that keep you in the shadows, that keep you scared to break out of your shell, that keep you scared to realize your own star power, that keep you addicted. You're breaking out of that and realizing the illusion of happiness that you felt in those situations to see the true picture of how it was causing pain and disappointment. Regrets, fear, anxiety, shame, guilt. So I don't know, like, yeah, it's counterintuitive, but I'd rather you be a successful human being than to be trapped within the chains of these fake ass, phony ass, imposter ass, raggedy ass hoes on this platform who aren't really spiritual and who really don't know what the fuck is going on, or who do know what the fuck is going on and choose to use their gifts for a negative way to keep you sucked in and spending money. Y'all don't know how many people I've told, hey, I'm not going to keep doing readings for you because of XYZ. Hey, don't book again because of XYZ. You don't know how many people who I've told things that they don't want to hear, and it's backfired because I lose a client because either I'm trying to look out for them in their best interest, or because now they hate me because I told them the truth. And honestly, you guys, that's why I'm so aggressive all the time. That's why I tell you guys to like and subscribe. That's why I tell you to read the FAQs on the website before you book a reading. Because I get where you're coming from. But you would not even understand the amount of pressure that is put on people who really try to share their gifts because they were called to do so. Literally. And I'm not just saying it because I'm just selfless. No, I like the attention, bitch. I enjoy being able to live my life and make my living and create a legacy from what I do. Yeah, I want to be known. Because I am the truth, bitch. I know what the fuck I got going on. And I'm not perfect, but I'm not out here claiming to be. And I'm a cold ass bitch. And ain't nobody ever gonna tell me nothing different. I know who I am. And I feel like I deserve to be treated with the respect and the authority of who it is that I am and the effort and work that I've put in over the years. I have thousands upon thousands of videos and readings. But yet I never get my flowers, bro. And I get it. Y'all give me my flowers all the time, but I should not be struggling like this. I do not deserve this. I deserve better. I declare and decree that I shall have better. And I already have better. I just have to match up with that timeline. So I'm not only putting in like more work, but I am changing the way that my work invests by changing my perspective and trying to improve every single day. I don't give a fuck how long that shit takes. I shall have what I deserve. And I want the same thing for you. So that's why I say the things that I say. One more card for the Nine of Swords. That's why I ask you guys like so many times humbly to just support the channel. And when I see that y'all are not doing that, or you're being very selective for a majority of y'all, there's a majority who are always supportive. There's people who come in who don't know what the fuck is going on. And then there's a little group in the middle who just is defiant and y'all don't give a fuck. And you have whatever reasons that you have for not supporting the channel. And I get it because everybody's constantly trying to get your information and do all this other stuff. But fuck you, bro. Because you're benefiting off of me and you're still not supporting me. Fuck you. I don't give a damn about your conspiracies and why you don't want to log into the platform. Stop watching me then. Go somewhere else. Because that's not helping the collective. That's not helping the other Pisces who need to see this message who can't. And for y'all to be condescending and tell me in the comments, well, not condescending. Y'all are trying to be supportive, but you don't understand what you're saying. Because some of y'all tell me, oh, well, whoever's meant to see it is going to see it. No, the platform shadow bans us. The platform hides us. The platform does not recommend our videos. And the fact that you don't support the video to push it through the algorithm is a contradiction. I know whoever's meant to see it is going to see it, but that's you pacifying the people who are trying to smother us out and push us down. So think about it. Think about it. Six of Swords. It's like whatever this Three of Swords is why the advice is what it is. You're being guided in a particular direction. But you're fearing, I feel like, what you're going to see when you get there. And Spirit is kind of just like, okay, well, then you're going to be upset. If you self-sabotage and you're afraid and you can't make a decision on your own 2 feet, then you're going to be disappointed about what you get when you get there. Knight of Cups. You have a dream. You want to realize it. You're actually being pushed towards it. But you're so worried and afraid of what's going to happen on the other side. And you may say, oh, that's not me. Fine, bitch. I don't care. Okay? But this is the energy. Whatever future that you see for yourself that you know you have the ability to create, Spirit is helping you navigate those waters and guiding you through your emotions and your thoughts towards the outcome that you didn't even expect. And a lot of you are being shown like, here it is. And you're like, no, I don't want to look. I don't want to. And Spirit's like ripping the blindfold off and telling you to open your eyes. And you're so afraid of what the fuck you're going to see that you refuse to open your eyes. Well, bitch, wake up. I can't help you. No one else can. For those of you who are going to say, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to open my eyes, see what's in front of me. You have something so beautiful that you're about to see for the bravery of opening your eyes and continuously being courageous enough to move forward. You're going to see that Four of Wands. So you can get mad if you want, ho. I bet you won't say nothing to my face. And if you do, you better watch yourself, because Rugarella be on me all the time. I dare you. No, I don't dare you. Please leave me alone. Don't do that shit. Okay? Scorpio energy, Cancer energy, Virgo energy, Taurus energy, Libra energy, Cancer again. I'm reading all the cards. Also Leo, Aquarius. Okay, multiple times. Sagittarius, Scorpio again. And whoever else I mentioned. Capricorn. Daydreaming. Daydream. I fell asleep and met the flowers for a couple of hours. What a beautiful day. Daydream, daydream. I remember that song. I haven't channeled that song ever, I don't think. Daydreaming. Head in the clouds, delusions, hopes, and dreams. Okay. Apology, arrogant, rash actions, insincere. Salty, bitter, angry, petty. I also saw bittersweet. So somebody may be apologizing, but they're insincere. I don't know. This could be because they were bitter about something, or what else does Pisces need to know? Oh my God. Intimacy reversed. Mutual respect, unity, closeness. Yeah. Somebody doesn't respect you, so that's why there's no unity. And if any of you out there don't respect what I say or do, you have a problem when I speak the truth or when my raw emotions come out about my situation. Because it's like, whatever. You can feel however the fuck you want to feel. But it still aligns with the point that I'm making in the reading. I'm just not being fucking fantastical about it all the time. I'm being real with you about it. I'm telling you real things that you yourself more than likely are aware of. And I'm not being a fantastical air pump blowing smoke up your ass. Okay? And I know y'all are here for it. I get it. I totally get it. What I'm saying is, this is the issue with somebody. Somebody is daydreaming or their head's in the clouds. And that's why there's a lack of connectivity. They don't have mutual respect for you. You may respect them and you may want the best for them, but they don't give a fuck about what happens to you. So there's no unity. It's not like you guys aren't working for a common cause. So don't be delusional about somebody who is an ally, because they may not be an ally for the right reasons, or they may not be an ally consistently your entire existence. Somebody may have been an ally before and now they're an enemy because you guys just don't align when it comes to your intentions. At least not anymore. Psychopath, abusive, conniving, unpredictable, trapped, stuck, no options, unforgiveness. I don't know what that means. It looks like she's in a washing machine and somebody's trying to touch her, but they can't. Now, this appears to be somebody who could have an emotional imbalance, and they could be trapped in the symptoms of this emotional imbalance. I'm not a doctor, lawyer, or psychologist. Disclaimer below. But somebody could be somebody could be in their own world. Let's just put it like that. And then they're kind of like disconnected from you. And they may want to be connected with you, but they have that imbalance. that puts them in their own world. And when they apologize about it, it's like you want to believe them, but they're not doing anything about their condition. This could be somebody who has bipolar, or they could be schizo, or they could have some type of imbalance that they're not addressing or dealing with, but that's their responsibility. If you have a mental imbalance and you're not receiving the proper care or following the advice of your medical practitioner in terms of the path of care that you need to follow, that is on you. You can't be mad if people don't want to be around your crazy ass. Okay? And that's why I say, you don't have to be here. If y'all feel like I'm crazy or imbalanced, you can leave. And it is okay. Don't be here and then have an attitude because I say things that trigger you, but then don't want to leave. Because then you're subjecting yourself to bullshit. And maybe that's a lesson that Spirit is trying to teach you about people in your life. Is that you can't complain about people's mistreatment if you continue to subject yourself to the insanity. Okay? One more card. Because that's one thing about me, child. Bitch. Especially nowadays. I used to be crazy and just sit around while people was abusing me. Today, oh, bitch. Folks be around me like, well, why just give them a chance? No, fuck you. They get a half a chance from the beginning. They get a sliver of a chance. They don't even get a chance from the first chance. They get a sliver of a chance. And if they fuck up that, oh, you definitely don't get no full chance. Fuck you and your chance. Go play with your mama, bitch. Second chance. Look at that. Deja vu. Look at that. Nostalgia. Wishful thinking in reverse. Yeah. So a lot of you guys just weren't paying attention. You were just in your own world. And I feel like you didn't realize that somebody was crazy. Or you didn't realize that somebody was not on the same wavelength as you. Because you were kind of like in this imaginary like world where they were. Or you were trying to see like the best in a person. Archangel Michael, protection, prevented from harm, divine intervention. Yeah, so you were being protected while you were just, bopping around like Pisces do, not paying attention. And you didn't really see how you shouldn't have allowed somebody to stay around so long, but you did. Yeah, laughter, happy, another laughter card, happiness, joy, healing. This laughter card says wholeness, overjoyed, smiling. Yeah. So this is just overall like when it comes to situations going on with you, Pisces, your energy, the energy around you, your allies, your enemies. It's like you have people around you who I feel like are clapping and cheering you on. You have people around you who are supporting you. You have people around you who want to see you succeed and who also understand where you are because they're also working towards a common goal and dealing with the triggers and challenges that come with working towards achieving that goal. So you're not like completely alone, but I also feel like you just have to discern a little bit more when it comes to people who you surround yourself with and like pay attention to things, even if you are minding your business and you're kind of like in your own world, because it's kind of like by default or through a technicality, these people become connected to you and they could create problems. And you're like, well, you're thinking like, well, I'm not even that connected to these people, or I'm not even really involved in this group, or I'm not even really paying attention to this group chat. But the fact that they have access to you creates that hole in the protection or the hole in the boundary because you give them access to you when they don't deserve access to you, or you write off or pass off what they say when you actually need to take into account that psychologically and subconsciously that could be affecting the way you think or see yourself. I hope that made sense. What's this? Daydreaming, intimacy reversed, and wishful thinking reversed? They just didn't. Somebody just doesn't want you to know that they're trying to keep you stuck or that they're trying to embarrass you or make you feel left out or isolated, or I don't know what this is. Lovers in the Four of Swords, Gemini, maybe Libra. I feel like somebody chose to leave you hanging. Somebody chose to embarrass you. Somebody chose to stand you up. Somebody chose to isolate you or leave you out of something, not talk to you. They chose that. They didn't do it by accident. What else? Five of Wands, yeah. Because they were competing with you, or I don't know, somebody wanted to cause some type of conflict. I don't know what that is. Page of Pentacles. Maybe they disagreed with you. I don't know. I feel like they're talking to people about it, or they're trying to like... Page of Pentacles. Ooh, Eight of Wands and the Hierophant. Yeah. Somebody may... okay. Somebody may have expected for there to be some type of conflict or challenge when communicating with you. Like maybe somebody thought you... This could be anything. It's like when people know that you're going to beat them in an argument. It doesn't even have to be a competition or an argument. But it's like if you meet someone and they're very combative with their communication and they feel like their perspective is right, but you have a different perspective that challenges that perspective, and they can sense that you're more intelligent than them. So they choose just not to approach you because they don't want their perspective to be challenged. They choose to just ignore you like you're not there. Or even when you say something out loud, they don't acknowledge it, especially like in a group of people. Just say you're having a discussion with a group of people, or there's like just some type of communication going on. You may have experienced over time that in groups, when you make a point about what someone is saying and they don't like the fact that you're poking holes in their logic, they will just completely ignore what the fuck it is you say, like you weren't sitting right there in the flesh saying that shit. Like I've experienced that so many times where I'm like, bitch, did you not hear what I said? But it's like they do hear what you say, but their delusions are so strong that they refuse to hear it, or they don't want to acknowledge it, or like, I don't know, they try to talk over you. It's like somebody felt like that was what was going to happen. So they chose to leave you hanging, or stand you up, or abandon you, or talk to other people about what you said or did to validate their own shit and invalidate you. But that's a result of who they are. Like that's more of a reflection of who they are, not who you are. It's basically somebody being mad because you're smarter than them. And Pisces, your energy is kind of like, well, bitch, duh, I'm smarter than you. You must have fell and bumped your head. Because the only reason why you have access to even know that I'm smarter than you is because I allowed your bitch ass to have access. Okay, then. That's why Spirit is saying, what's the Hangman and the Five of Wands? Yep, Emperor. It's an Aries, a Gemini, another Pisces. I don't know. Four of Swords. And the Death card could be a Scorpio. I feel like somebody didn't talk to you, or they ignored you, or they stood you up, or they ghosted you on purpose to like have control over you, or to have you be in a subservient position. This person is crazy. They crazy. Okay? I don't give a fuck who's offended. If the shoe fits, put it on, lace that bitch up and wear it, ho. And it's like, this person is learning something from you. They're learning something from you acting as if you're in this hangman position, allowing them to think they put you in this hangman position, and then actually, instead of being in the hangman position and fighting it, turning around, walking away, not communicating. It's like you bested this person, or you beat this person, or you weren't even competing and you won. And the situation like is showing this person, oh, that's another tactic that I could use with people. But they don't want to acknowledge that you're the one who taught them the shit, and you're the one who showed them the tactic, and you're the one who has the intelligence and the foresight to see their approach to you before it happened, and then avoid it, and not only avoid it but also dominate them. Like it's some crazy shit. And just know, like, the reason why I'm able to relate to you and tell you about it is because I understand and I've experienced this type of shit. And sometimes I'm experiencing it now. And that's why I just, say what I say. So let's just get some advice. Advice. I don't know. Let me get some of these gemstones. It's like somebody has ants in their pants. They can't sit still. But what you need to know is, like, whoever's trying to trip you out and make you feel like you shouldn't move on or shouldn't move forward with your life, like, that's some bullshit. Stop. I said what I said, bitch. What's the advice for Pisces? Sunstone. The sun. I am not pretty. I'm not beautiful. I am as radiant as the sun. So it's like it's beyond the conventional norms of what people classify. Like, you're not going to fit in this box. It's not saying that you're ugly. It's not saying that you don't have attractive aesthetic qualities. What it's saying is that you go deeper than that, or you mean more than that. That's what Spirit is saying. Larimar, be yourself. Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. We always get that. Aragonite, change. Be the change that you wish to see in the world. Yep. So if the change that you want to see in the world requires you to be very authentic, to be very raw, to be very real, to be bigger than life, to be a little arrogant at times, to be very blunt and straightforward, to be kind and nurturing, to be unapologetic, to be understanding, to be empathetic. However, your personality needs to radiate out to the world to change it the way that you believe it should be changed. Do that without fear, Pisces. Okay? I said what I said. Like the video and subscribe. Get in the comments. Book your reading, you guys. Donate if you can. It's very helpful right now. I really appreciate all of you guys' support. I feel like over time it's not going to continue to be like this, even though I always say this, but we're just trying to do things to help the collective. So if you can support in any way, shape, or form, I would greatly appreciate it, you guys. And remember, hell, this is our circle boost. Bye.